Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff defeats Aryna Sabalenka yet again as she earns a prestigious honor for a second straight year. Coco Gauff may have failed to extend her run at Wimbledon, but her successful journey continues in 2025. After accomplishing the French Open dream last month, the world number 2 ensured her place among the top nominees at this year's ESPY Awards, presented by ESPN. And guess what? The 21-year, Zero-LD American WTA icon managed to replicate a significant milestone from last year. The star-studded night at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles saw Gauff emerge as the ultimate winner in a very important category. On Wednesday, the annual ESPY Awards event happened with comedian Shane Gillis as the host, which saw a plethora of athletes taking home top honors. To name a few, there were Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Simone Biles, the Philadelphia Eagles, and Ilona Mar clinching the awards in different categories. Even Coco Gauff snagged an off-court title. Gauff eventually won the Best Tennis Player award at the 2025 ESPYs. Despite her entire season being underwhelming, the historic triumph at the Roland Garros seems to have pushed her into contention for an award along with Sabalenka. And now she's received one as well, deservingly so. After all, winning a slam is no small feat, is it? However, it's not the first time that Gauff has been named the best tennis player at the ESPY Awards. Last year, too, the 2024 WTA Finals winner ended up clinching this honor. Remember her sweet reaction? In her post on X last July, she wrote, "Apparently I won an ESPY. Thank you. I am super grateful. I wish I could have attended. Thank you to everyone who voted." Interestingly, world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka was also nominated for the Best Player honor, but it was Gauff who was chosen eventually. Undoubtedly, this huge milestone will pump her up for the remaining season. Though her grass court run was short-lived, there's still one more slam remaining in 2025. And it's the one she captured 2 years ago. But the question begs, will Gauff be able to forget her Wimbledon setback? Coco Gauff looks to make a solid return after her Wimbledon failure. For the uninitiated, Coco Gauff had a forgettable experience at the grass major earlier this month. In the first round, Ukraine's Diana Yastremska ousted her in straight sets with a scoreline of 7-6-3, 6-1. It was a shocking upset for fans and pundits alike, especially given the fact that the American had just won a slam in June. Hence, she was expected to continue her winning momentum. In fact, Gauff herself was confident of a turnaround at Wimbledon this time. In an interview prior to the event, she revealed a strategy to do better on grass. "Grass has been trial and error for me. The biggest thing, I think, is just to be more aggressive." But nothing actually worked in the match against Yastremska. After her sudden exit, she later confessed, "I definitely was struggling in the locker room. I don't like losing. I just feel a little bit disappointed in how I showed up today." But now there's no time to look back at what's happened. Gauff will have to focus on the US Open in order to make a stellar comeback. What may boost her morale going into the hard court tournament is that she's already won the trophy in 2023. She was just 19 back then. Last year, she couldn't go beyond the 4th round after losing against compatriot Emma Navarro. Reacting to her defeat, Gauff later said, "I think it's also just kind of a mental hurdle that I have to get over when it comes with that. But yeah, I definitely want to look at other things because I don't want to lose matches like this anymore," reported the US Open website in September 2024. Do you think Gauff can regain her lost spirits and shine again on the court? Let us know in the comments below. Coco Gauff defeats Aryna Sabalenka yet again as she earns a prestigious honor for a second straight year. Under the radiant lights of center court and the electric hum of a crowd that felt history in the making, Coco Gauff stood once again triumphant. The scoreboard glowed with finality, 6-4, 3-6, 7-5, a tale of fire, resilience, and grace woven into every stroke. Her opponent, the indomitable Aryna Sabalenka, wore the expression of someone who had given her all and knew it wasn't quite enough. And for the second straight year, Coco Gauff had not only bested the Belarusian powerhouse, but walked off the court clutching a new chapter in her legacy. But this wasn't just another win. This was a moment wrapped in symbolism and magnitude, because just days after her spectacular victory, Gauff was honored with the Athlete of the Year award at the prestigious Laureus World Sports Awards. For the second year in a row, the tennis phenom stood at the summit of global sports, not only proving her mettle on the court, but cementing her reputation as a beacon of perseverance, sportsmanship, and poise far beyond her years. The rivalry that defines an era, Coco Gauff versus Aryna Sabalenka, has become a fixture in modern tennis. A narrative of contrast and tension that has fueled countless headlines and captivated millions. Where Sabalenka roars with aggression and brute strength, Gauff glides with finesse, anticipation, and a mental clarity that borders on clairvoyant. Their latest meeting, this much-anticipated rematch, was staged at the 2025 Wimbledon semifinals, a venue where nerves and ghosts linger in every blade of grass. Sabalenka had revenge in her mind, eager to erase the bitter memory of her loss to Gauff in the 2023 U.S. Open final and their tight 2024 quarterfinal at Roland Garros. But as the sun dipped behind the clouds and the shadows lengthened across the green stage, it was Gauff who thrived in the tightest of moments. Down 4-5 in the final set, love 30 on her serve, the 21-year-old summoned her inner mettle. With a fearless ace down the tee, followed by 2 impossibly angled backhands, she clawed back the game. Then, in a sequence that would be replayed across the world, she broke Sabalenka with a blistering forehand winner and served out the match with the composure of a veteran who had nothing left to prove, but everything still to achieve. She's built for these moments. During the post-match press conference, Gauff's calm demeanor belied the intensity of what had just transpired. "I knew Aryna would come at me with everything," she said, wiping sweat from her brow, a small smile playing on her lips. "She's a warrior, but I've learned to love these moments. Pressure doesn't break me, it wakes me up." Reporters asked her how she managed to stay so composed under the weight of expectation and noise. Gauff laughed, glanced at her team, and said, "I just remind myself, I've earned this court. I belong here." The tennis world, nodding in agreement, had long since decided the same. The honor that echoed beyond the court. 2 days after that emotional semifinal, Gauff walked into the Laureus Awards Gala, held in Milan's iconic Teatro alla Scala, in a shimmering silver gown that caught the light with every movement, much like her game. And when her name was announced as Athlete of the Year, the room erupted with applause. Standing beside previous winners like Serena Williams, Usain Bolt, and Novak Djokovic, Coco Gauff seemed both out of place and perfectly at home. In her acceptance speech, she spoke of dreams, hard work, and the quiet resilience required to shoulder both victory and loss. "I'm not here just because I can hit a tennis ball," she said, her voice steady. "I'm here because I've had people who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and because I've learned that the world won't always be fair, but I can always be kind, determined, and unafraid to take my shot." A symbol of more than just sport, the back-to-back honor wasn't simply about her on-court excellence. It reflected a broader truth, that Coco Gauff has emerged as one of the most influential young athletes of her generation. In the past year alone, she had launched the Serve for Change initiative, an educational foundation providing scholarships and tennis programs for underserved communities around the world. She'd spoken passionately about mental health, about equity in sports, about the importance of voting and civic engagement. "She's the full package," Serena Williams said in a video tribute. "She reminds me a bit of myself, but honestly, Coco is writing her own story, and it's even more powerful than people realize." And that's just it. Gauff's appeal isn't simply in her highlight reel shots or her record-breaking stats. It's in her quiet moments of leadership, consoling a tearful opponent at the net, hugging a ball girl after a long match, or speaking truth to power in interviews where others might shy away. Aryna's respect. After the Wimbledon match, Sabalenka didn't shy away from praising her rival. "I hate losing. Everyone knows that," she said with a rueful grin. "But if I have to lose, at least it's to someone like Coco. She pushes me. She brings out the best and worst in me, and she's earned everything she's got." The two shared a quiet handshake at the net, no dramatics, just mutual respect forged through battles. Some rivalries are about animosity. This one, it's about evolution. They're sharpening each other's blades. Looking ahead, With Wimbledon now behind her and the U.S. Open on the horizon, Gauff shows no signs of slowing down. Her team, led by longtime coach Per Reba and strategist Brad Gilbert, is already back in training mode. And whispers from insiders suggest that Coco's eye is set on an even grander goal, a calendar Grand Slam. She's more than capable, said ESPN analyst Chris Evert. We're watching someone come into full bloom. If she stays healthy and hungry, the records will fall. But for Gauff, the journey remains bigger than trophies. It's not just about being the best, she said in a recent interview with Time. It's about being the best version of myself. And if I can inspire a few people along the way, kids, girls, anyone, then I've already won. Epilogue: a girl from Delray Beach. It's easy to forget that not too long ago, Coco Gauff was a 15-year-old wildcard, bursting onto Wimbledon's grass courts and stunning Venus Williams. Since then, she's grown. Not just in her game, but in her soul. She's no longer the girl who shocked the world. She's the woman who carries it forward. And as the summer sun sets on the All England club, her words echo long after the applause fades. I'm just getting started.